As we gather back in for morning moments with Jesus today in our daily devotion, Mark chapter 11 verses 22 and 23, and the Bible says this, "And Jesus answering says unto them, Have faith in God, for verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he says shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he says." We're going to talk about faith a little bit tomorrow, but faith is a learned discipline. It doesn't come naturally, it comes supernaturally. And it comes through experience of trusting God and seeing God fulfill those things in our lives that we trust Him with. But today we're going to talk about the mountain itself. And I want to tell you this morning about 3 mountains that might be in your life. And what you have to do is you have to spiritually discern which type of mountain is in your life so that you can go about adequately removing that mountain the way Mark chapter 11 says we can. And the first mountain I want to talk to you about this morning is the self-made mountain. And those are mountains that we have put in our lives ourselves through our own actions, through our own decisions, through our own way of doing things, not following God's way, but trying to do it our way. And what happens is we create obstacles for ourselves. Have you ever said, sometimes I make it harder on myself than I should? We create mountains in our lives sometimes. We get involved in things sometimes that we have no business getting involved in. We go down roads we have no business going down. And before you know it, the mountain, which represents distractions, it represents discouragement, it represents all of those things, they create avenues by which we cannot walk with the Lord and hear from the Lord the way we want to. Those mountains can be removed by just changing our habits, changing our actions. But there's a second mountain and I call it an enemy-placed mountain. And that is a mountain that the enemy, that the devil tries to put in our lives to distract us, to discourage us, to make us give up, to make us quit, to change our attitudes, to change the way we deal with people, to frustrate us, to doubt God. All of those things are placed in our lives to hinder our walk with God. And those people who quit on God or give up on the Lord or stop walking with the Lord sometimes give in to those enemy-placed mountains. And those have to be trusted with God. You got to press through those. And God shows us how in Mark chapter 11 that we're going to do that over the next couple of days as we see there's a pattern in Mark chapter 11 verse 22 and following that tells us how to press through those issues. But I also want to tell you about another mountain, and that's a God-placed mountain. Yeah, there are some times in life when God places mountains in our lives to help us grow. To grow our faith, to grow our strength, to grow our trust level. And those are mountains that will not be removed. You must climb them. You must make your way up to the top of those mountains. Because along that climb, along that journey, the Lord promises us He will be with us every step of the way. And as we climb, we grow. We grow in strength, we strengthen our faith, we strengthen our trust, we strengthen our confidence, and along that journey we learn more about ourselves and more about God than we ever would have had God not placed that mountain in our lives. And then once we get to the top, then we see what the climb was for. It was to strengthen us for what is beyond that mountain. The things in life you cannot see. There are things right now that you're able to handle simply because of something you went through that God had you to go through so that you could be stronger now than you were then. So never despise those mountains. Just climb them and trust that God is strengthening you every step of the way. Tomorrow we'll look at how to have faith in God through all of those mountains, the self-made mountains, the enemy-placed mountains, and the God-placed mountains. But along your journey, know this: God will always keep you safe. He'll always keep you strong. And He'll always keep you blessed. So I pray a blessing over you today and the mountains that are in your life. Take a little time to spend a little time with Jesus and say, God, what kind of mountain is this in my life? And how do I need to deal with it? Lord's will, we'll see you back here again tomorrow. And until then, have a great day.